The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is... Oh boy, so many options. Let us look at our truth bullets here. This is the bathroom door frame. It was difficult to open, due to it not quite fitting the door frame properly. He struggled getting into the bathroom because the door was difficult to open. Let us present this key item here. There is no doubt this fact is an important one. But what we need now is the evidence left behind at the scene which proves it. You do remember what was in your room, right? What got broken? Oh, what got broken in my room? My heart when I saw Sayaka die! The killer struggled. Fine, I'll present the broken one. Ah yes, Makoto's bathroom door knob had been broken. The screws holding it in place had all been partially or completely removed.
I got it!
I got it, bro. Even though I got it, just presented wrong.
The killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Yes, the door knob.
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The door knob.
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken.
Yes, the door knob was broken.
See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Yes, the door knob was about to fall off, dudes.
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
It means the door knob was about to fall off.
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob.
The entire door knob? No way.
This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
Wow, Coco, you really care about me. Will you be my BFF?
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Coco said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There is a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. No, not the weak spots. I don't know why I'm doing that voice sound. I don't know. I just felt like it. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You will have to rely on your logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradiction. Well then, good luck and have fun. No rush 5 minutes circling. Make your argument. Okay. Bathroom door frame is my truth bullet. Let's check out our bathroom door frame. Oh yeah, it's the same. That's the one I was going to present earlier. It's difficult to open. The only two people who knew the trick to open it were me, Sayaka. Sayaka and me. No one else. The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom. At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
And to finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it. We already know the answer.
Okay, it's obvious that my bathroom door wouldn't open, but the real reason for that is because it's not fitting the door frame. It's not locked. It's not locked, dudes. It just didn't fit the door frame. The killer didn't know didn't fit. It's too big to fit. Uvu.
She then fled into
Let's
the bathroom.
find
The killer
where he
ran,
said
and they got
locked
into the
it.
At that point, the
Bust
killer
down the
had to
door.
try because Sayaka had locked.
Well, concentration here so I can attack the lock it.
No, that's wrong.
Counter. Oh no. Break the game. No.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Yes, the door knob.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
Because you have to lift the door to open it. And he was like, it's can't open.
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Oh, the signs were swapped, so he thought it was a girly room. One important detail, something the killer didn't know. For some reason they were convinced the door was locked, which means the important detail the killer didn't know was the crime took place in my room, because my room is a dude's room, so I don't lock the door, so the girls can come in and visit me in the showers.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms? Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. Toko, Travis.
Okay, then who did do it?
Not me. It wasn't me. Shower.
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
It's not a game, dude. You can't just quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Then we'd all die.
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, what? Please, bring the question. yes.
Oh, you.
You? Oh, I think she's jealous because Aoi got such a nice shirt.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yeah, man, the door's supposed to be locked. How did you get inside?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
The reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room, I already have the answer. Wait, what? The reason, switching rooms. We traded rooms. Can I see the script? Is there a chance I can see the dialogue? What was it? I guess it's, it must be the sign's nameplate here. The nameplates on the doors to Sayaka and Makoto's were apparently switched at some point. Oh, that's your evidence? No, I mean, maybe not. Mr. Naegi, you disputed my statement, so let's hear an unbelievable reason why I'm wrong.
Shoot.
Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. I just lost my health. There's a reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room. Okay, thanks. Now I can. The reason there's no way. I guess because they were fighting. Why would she invite someone that were gonna crazy? Because they were what am I doing though? I don't know. Why am I not? The reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room. I don't know. Replica sword. Switching rooms. Saya had originally asked to switch with her when someone at... I guess it's the keys? Yeah, switching rooms here.
I got it!
I got it, bro. We switched rooms.
Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Oh yeah, she was super scared and wouldn't let anyone in. So why would she invite someone to her room? The same goes for you, Psycho. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely will not open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
A lie?
Huh?
What the?
Well, what the hell is that supposed
What
to
a
mean?
holy moly is
Why
that
would
supposed
she
to
lie
mean?
about something like that?
Why am I reading it? I don't know. He's talking, so let him talk. Okay.
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
What is this message here? Have you been forging evidence? You know, Phoenix Wright is pissed off about this. There is something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Sayaka. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows.
Coco, you are so smart. How are you so smart, Coco?
When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
I agree. Holy crap. Holy macaroni cheese. Macaroni cheese dinner.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No.
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note. Sayaka wrote it.
but why?
The note was
Whoops.
likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Definitely not me. I would want to meet Psycho every time of the day and year and night and month.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Oh, that's okay. That's 2D, that's cool.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yes.
Very well then. Pay attention.
Okay. Whoa! Celestia is spinning the courtroom. Make your arguments. The dorm nameplates is the bullets.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yes.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to,
Yes.
it specifically says, my room.
Yes.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Yes.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
Yes.
So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they
Yes.
would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
Yes. Oh boy, the reason the killer went to my room and not Sayaka's, despite what the note said, it must be because
Sayaka
what?
and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
We switched rooms, yes.
But in the note, the place
And
specifically says,
my room, yes.
I see. Then they would have gone to Sayaka.
Exactly. The room,
room
that
that
Makoto was staying in.
No, he wouldn't, because the nameplates changed. Stop! The nameplates changed, so he went to the room with Sayaka's nameplate, and we swapped it. So Sayaka's nameplate was on my room. Oh my
The
god.
nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
Yeah, like Nintendo Switch.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves.
And Nintendo Switch.
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name.
Whoa, does that mean the nameplate on Makoto's room actually had Sayaka's name?
And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
Whoa, did that mean I became Psycho?
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right? Okay, then who did it?
There is only one person who could have switched the nameplates. Me, the killer, or Sayaka. Sayaka must have done it, because she knew that. If it wasn't me, that must be Sayaka, because she's the only one who knew about it. The killer didn't know.
I got it!
I got it, dude.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There is something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. My room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
That is a great question, Aoi Asahina. Why would anyone do that? Why not just stay in your own room?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
The answer is lying to us? I can't believe the answer is a liar.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over
came in and attacked her.
No way. Dealing tons of damage, possibly?
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Baka?
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
Yes.
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Maybe.
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
I don't know.
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself.
From creepers.
It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
That's not very nice. To her wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with a fake sword is because there was golden crap on her wrist. Sayaka's wrist has golden stuff on it. Sayaka's right wrist had been fractured and her wrist was glittery at this injury's location. Glittery because the sword is glittery and puts... See here? It's a gold coating. Some of the gold coating went on Sayaka's wrist.
I got it!
I got it, dudes.
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.